Pursue God Ministry disciple making takes place in four main environments: in the family, in small groups, on ministry teams at church, and then in one-on-one relationships. And this week, we're going to focus on scaling mentoring here with ministry teams in particular. Teams like your worship team, maybe your men's or women's ministry teams, your student ministry, even your coffee team, your clean team, your usher greeter team, your setup tear down team. All of these teams are great places. They're great environments for you to scale disciple making, for you to scale mentoring at your church. So if you check out our network page, pursuegodnetwork.org, and click on those start pages, we're going to, in particular for this video, we're going to focus on using your worship team to scale mentoring. But then you can, of course, apply this to any other ministry team. Now, that worship team start page encourages team members to connect with a mentor and to get trained with our Worship Teams 101 series. And every one of our ministry team start pages has one of these 101 training series. I encourage you, if you are not familiar with the series, check one of these out, and you'll see that there are 10 topics that sort of get your ministry team members, especially the new members coming onto a team, they get them connected in, they get them trained for that particular ministry team. But the way our resources work, it's certainly more than just training for the team. The goal of our 101 series is to train on ministry, yes, but also then to train on a mentoring method. So you're leveraging membership on one of those ministry teams, and you're turning it into an opportunity to create a handoff, to connect newcomers to a team with other people on the team who are already trained and can walk through those topics with that new team member. And you'll notice that all of our 101 series for training have not just ministry specific training, but also training on the philosophy of ministry and the importance of disciple making. So that means that your ministry teams are a simple way to scale your discipleship culture at church, right? Automatically, everyone who joins a ministry team is going to be connected for at least 10 weeks with someone who's going to mentor them through that 101 series. So let's sketch this out. Think of each of these circles as a different ministry team. And so at first, what you're doing is you're creating mentoring relationships within the team using those 101 series and the rest of the topics on the start page. But eventually, the goal is to get those people who are now trained to make disciples, to get them to go outside. And now you've got more people in your pipeline who can start discipling people outside of their ministry teams. So here are a few team mentoring tips to make this happen at your church. First of all, I encourage you to start with workshops. Obviously, if you've got a worship team with many members on the team, our church has, dozens and dozens of team members. It's hard to really make that a one-on-one thing. So start with workshops. Train up your main leaders in your ministries. Show them how to use the 101 series. Show them how to find it at the network site. And start with workshops, maybe Saturday workshops that are team-wide workshops. And then later you can use handoffs, right? As everyone in the ministry team gets sort of trained with that new 101 series, and you teach them about how to do ministry, how to use those tools. You train some of them to be the mentors for the next team members. Then teach those ministry team leaders how to make handoffs. Make sure that they're not doing all of the mentoring, but that they're raising up people in their ministry to mentor the next people. The last thing I would encourage you to do is to find a way to track it in your church. For your worship teams, for your student ministry teams, for every ministry team in your church. If you really want to make disciple making a cultural thing in your church, then you're going to want to measure it. You're going to want to track it. There's some simple ways to do it. We'll give you some suggestions. But if you track the completion of the 101 training series every quarter, then you can begin to celebrate it at your volunteer, at your staff meetings. You can celebrate it with the entire church. And again, you'll have more and more mentors in your pipeline that you can begin to connect with people in the church at large. So use your ministry teams to scale a disciple-making culture.